Welcome back to the Weekly Hunt. And if you're here for the first time, we are a trading and investing podcast. We cover all the market fundamentals and we discuss what opportunities we'll be trading the following week. This week is going to be a very, very interesting week. We've had an attack on Iran from the US and Israel, and then Iran has retaliated. And now we're on the verge, potentially, of World War III. Hopefully not. But the markets will definitely react on Monday. And we've also had NVIDIA earnings this week, which have driven certain stocks higher. And we've had huge fluctuations in volatility with the VIX moving down and then up later on in the week. A lot to talk about. And I'm here with Irdi, one of my community members, one of the top guys there with options trading and swing trading that he does. How are you doing, Irdi? How are you seeing the markets?
Hello, Eder. I'm doing pretty good, I would say. As I said, last week I was cash, but in the Wednesday or Thursday, I bought some Palantir. It will be interesting how Palantir will react to the war. Will it
Yeah.
go parabolic or will it stay according to market? Following the market move, I think. So that will be a huge surprise for Monday, I think. Pretty much, it has been a very volatile week. We had NVIDIA earnings, which beat everything, estimation, prediction, and revenue. And future forward-looking, I think, was pretty good too, which
Yeah.
market likes a lot. But we had a dip on Thursday and Friday. Maybe because the big players knew an attack will go on and just got cash before us. That might be a reason, because everything else, economic-wise, made sense. There was the report of inflation, which was higher, but this is usually good for stocks because you are diversified in assets and not in the dollar, which loses value. So that was surprising as well. Yeah, pretty much. This was uh, the best week for non-players, I guess, for staying outside. I think crypto got
Oh, yeah.
obliterated again. As soon as it starts getting a lag, it gets crashed. So yeah, that was pretty much the week from what I saw. What about you? I saw some crypto plays, but you didn't pull the trigger, I think, in most of them.
Yeah, I traded a few on the mean reversion with the idea that maybe we bottomed out on Bitcoin and Ethereum here. Around, Ethereum was around 1,800 at the time. And I thought maybe we bottom out around that level with the idea that we move up higher. It moved up higher initially and they found some resistance. So those plays didn't really work out. My biggest winner has been Dell this week.
Yeah,
So I
that
traded
was good.
Dell
Yeah.
after the NVIDIA earnings because I thought that if NVIDIA earnings were good, I expect Dell to be good as well. So maybe there'll be also a spillover on the sector. So that one moved up around 22% on earnings. So that was quite nice for me. Also, I traded some biotech stocks. There's CRSP, which moved quite well this week. It gained around 10%, which isn't too bad. It's CRISPR Therapeutics. And then I'm still holding utility stocks. So that's kind of moved well for me as well with Duke Energy gaining, 0.5% to 2% per day. That's really what I've been trading. It's been very difficult, as you know. It hasn't really been a swing trading market. We've had a 5-month period since October of last year now, where we haven't seen any real momentum in the markets. It has been all about value, energy, utilities, and it's been about basic materials. Those industries have done really well. while the growth and tech sector hasn't done anything. And and then with the inflation data that you mentioned on Friday coming out a little bit hotter than what we expected, it means that crypto and tech was going to suffer anyway. And then we now have the situation with the war between Israel, US, and Iran. How do you see the war? What are your opinions on that, and what stocks and opportunities do you see with
I mean,
the
my
situation?
first thinking is war companies are producing companies is a theme we should look. I
Yeah,
think some European companies might lag a little, so that might be our play to buy Europe weapon companies. And pretty much this Palantir, which is probably a weapon company these days more than a tech company, with its drone technology and AI implementation on drones. So that might be interesting if the market sees that as a play or sees it as a tech company. Another thing is oil. Oil always should go up during war times. So that is an interesting which I've been on Oxy for a while. And I'm now like, 25% for 1 week, 2 weeks. So it has been pretty good. And maybe we see a growth to 60 with the war starting on when the market opens on Monday. We see oil prices spike. And gold maybe as a safe asset. I don't think it will go up that much, but maybe people will send cash into gold and maybe keep gold as a hedge. So that might be
yeah.
interesting. So
I think
a
when I
list,
looked at gold, sorry.
yeah, a list would be like gold, Oxy, and maybe Palantir, depending how it opens on Monday.
Yeah.
From my opinion.
I agree with you on those sectors. One of the things I will say is I was watching RXT and some other defense companies, aerospace and defense companies, about 5 to 6 days ago, and they were trading opportunities. I just thought maybe I shouldn't trade them, so I kind of missed the boat on that one. So it's going to be difficult finding opportunities that aren't going to gap up. I think a lot of them will
They're
gap up
probably going to
initially.
gap up like 5
On
10% on opening.
exactly. So that's going to be an issue in terms of maybe the timing. It would have been better if we timed it maybe last week. Oil has already kind of shown a trend now. Although US oil is moving towards $71. And I think this week it will definitely move with the news that you mentioned. It's just about finding maybe some lagging opportunities that can kind of move a little bit more aggressively if the war continues and if it doesn't get resolved quickly. I think with gold, it's very tricky because from what I remember, I might be wrong here because I don't have my charts in front of me and I don't have the situation in front of me. Last time Iran attacked Israel and Israel attacked Iran, I think gold went down. Gold actually dropped.
That is my
I think it
It
was
is
summer of last
hard to
year.
predict. Yeah, it is so
Exactly,
hard to
yeah. So,
predict. Do people want to keep in cash or do they want to build the stock market but send their resources into gold? It is always a flip, I think, with gold in these kind of situations. But
yeah,
pretty much. Well, let's see how it opens on Monday. If it goes down, it's good because gold always goes up on the long term. So maybe we buy on a cheaper price. If it goes up, we were another trend, so we move on. So
yeah,
that is
yeah.
always my. I'm so calm with gold. It's either way, it's a fine for us.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, in terms of opportunities, I still see those defensive sectors moving better. Maybe again, the utilities, the energy, the basic
I think
materials, the
energy,
industrials.
uranium plays. We talked about 2 weeks ago, maybe they start moving. I bought
Yeah.
for use the UUU company that you have shared, which was a uranium play. I'm just keeping that. It hasn't moved much, but it keeps growing, as you said, 1-2% every day. Maybe drops 0.5% the next day, but it is very consistent.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So those will be the sectors I'll be assessing come Monday. And then yeah, look, the main thing that I would say to all the viewers here that are watching, it's all about sizing here and exposure. So throughout this period of 5 months, my sizing and exposure to the market has been less aggressive because the conditions haven't been for an aggressive trading or exposure. So, if you're usually trading with 1% risk per trade, maybe trade with 0.5% or 0.25%. If you're, just to make sure that these fluctuations and the volatility in the market is factored in. That's what I've been doing, and this is the reason why I'm not losing anything significant during this period. And even when I'm trading, let's say riskier assets like crypto on the mean reversion, I'm using very, very small sizing and trying to scale in once we see the real breakout and the momentum flip. So position sizing is very important, and then of course it's about trading the right stocks and picking the right stocks. And this is what we try and do in the Trend Hunters community, where I share with you guys what I'm watching and looking to trade every day. Anything else that you want to add for
Yeah,
today?
I was gonna ask you, how do you think this war will resolve? Will it be like 2-3 days and we'll call it a day, or maybe either politic actors coming, like China, maybe if Iran asks for help? It would be very hard, I guess, to predict.
I think it's going to be. It depends on America. So
Yeah,
I think if
I mean,
the US goes in, then it becomes a real war. It becomes one of those things where if they go in, then it becomes a real war. I think with Israel and Iran, it might just be tick for tat. So it'll be like they throw one missile, Iran will throw, will send missiles towards them, and it'll be like that. Um, I personally think, yeah, I think it's not going to be a long war.
yeah, I don't know. The only thing scary
What
for
about you?
me is the Trump video he posted on Twitter, the 80-minute conference, which he said we are gonna do a bomb campaign. So I don't know. Does that mean like
Exactly. So so with that in mind, then yeah,
burning
yeah.
the heron down and making it a battlefield, or like 3-4 bombs and call it a day? It will be. I mean, America has like 20-30 bases near the region and brought some heavy ships during these past few weeks. So yeah, I wonder what the end goal is, but it is really scary times. Not only for the market, but for general health of
Exactly. Yeah. Very,
exam world.
very true. Yeah. I'm always cautiously optimistic,
Yeah,
So
yeah,
for me, it's always, I think it gets resolved. I think it's more about, I think they want a regime change. So they're going to try and push through with that. And they're going to try and do it in a way that it doesn't necessarily wipe out the whole of Iran like they did with Iraq. And it might be,
yeah. But it's so hard to
yeah,
regime change in these kind of countries. Because yeah, you see people being pro change from the West side, saying a lot of human violations against women and children. But on the other hand, there are 90 million people there who believe in another completely different ideology. So it's hard to
yeah,
predict how regime changes go. I think Libya is the most practice example we have from, which is a war zone for like 20 years now
Yeah.
since Obama.
Yeah. Yeah. It's difficult, and it's obviously it's something that we don't want to happen, in the sense that we don't want wars and we don't want these situations. However, yeah, I think they're fighting for resources at the moment.
Yeah,
Even
I
the
mean,
Ukraine
it is
war and
always
the Iran war.
resources. I think I read an
Exactly. So
article. I think it was an article that this is all done because Iran and China want a gas supply chain going through Iran and straight to China and India. So America probably doesn't want that. So maybe
yeah,
that's the real deal of this war. But who knows? We just trade
yeah,
and keep it simple. We are
it's
too small,
mixed.
too
You
big.
know, it's
Yeah,
mixed. It could be anything. It could be it's a matter of resources. It could also be politically driven, regime driven. It could be, you know, Israel related and protecting Israel. You know, there's many factors and reasons why. I think our job, like you said, as traders, is to. My first priority is to protect my capital, and as a trader, of course, protect my capital, and then be able to find opportunities in the markets with what's going on. Ideally, I wouldn't want to trade
yeah,
aerospace and defense stocks because of the fact that those
yeah. It feels kind of
devices are
scummy
being
to
used
do.
to kill people,
Yeah, it
right?
just feels scummy
So
as
maybe there's an
fuck.
ethical issue there.
Yeah,
But I have traded them this year, and I've done fairly well. And you know, trading is an opportunistic type of job, so it's something that
people traded
I'm you know,
Pfizer and Moderna, even though the vaccines after were indicated with a lot of heart failures and blood clotting. So
yeah,
it is the nature of trading and the nature of the
exactly,
world.
yeah,
We just are, I guess, betters on how the economy will go. So uh,
yeah. I think
keeping an open
that's it
mind
for
to every
today.
field.
Yeah, I think that's what we can do for today, in my opinion, because there's nothing else that we can discuss here. And I invite all the viewers to join us in the Trend Hunters community. Um, it's you can click on the link below and you can just join there. You're going to get a lot of analysis throughout the week with market conditions, macros that we cover, new ideas that I have during the week for swing trades in crypto and stocks. And soon we're going to be opening up options trading as well. So there's going to be, you know, new additions. There's also free education, which I've been working on, trying to educate all the members there. So yeah, join the community. The link is below in the bio. Any final words for the viewers?
Uh, Keep it safe. Be safe if you are in the war zones. I guess if you follow us, and yeah, keep an open mind for the market. I think cash is the best thing to do right now. But as we've said in our channels, if we find any idea which has potential and can make some money during this difficult time, we'll be open to share it. So always follow us. I think we lose nothing to share. I think we have grown our portfolios more since we have shared the idea with Henry and Henry with us. So we are trying to build a community based on that. And pretty much that's it.
Exactly. Yeah, very true. And last week we found Dell, which
Yeah,
did exceptionally well. So you know, there's always opportunities in the market. It's about just finding them and being selective with what we trade. Right. Thank you, Irdi. I
thank you.
appreciate it. We'll see you next week.
See you.
And see you guys next week. Bye bye.